Hey, 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 hey. What is up? What is up? This is the No I Don't Know TV series. I'm back and I'm black, melanated, and that's a fact. Come and play with me, and you know we gon' be together forever. Hey, looking ass, what is going on? What is going on? Like I said, this is the No I Don't Know TV series, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hey man, shout out to everybody that's been out there working at the court plantation. I know what the hell that feels like. Shout out to everybody that's out there right now. I don't care if you're at Smart and Final. I don't care if you're at Costco pushing carts. At least you do have a job and you're trying to provide the best way you know how in this system of racism, white supremacy. Hey. Let me turn this down. Man, what is going on? Man. I just wanted to talk to y'all about something, man, because I was thinking about this shit all day. And I was like, man, I'm just going to get on it, man, because I've commented on it before, but now I'm just going to just go into it. And this is just stuff we need to talk about, you know, besides other shit that's going on. And I'm just about to get on it. Man, I was watching this Vlad TV interview with Lord Jamar and how they were speaking on reparations. Now I'm finna just get right into it. Why does people like Vlad TV think they can comment on reparations with dealing with melanated people? And why is it we allow these people to say that shit to us? And I love Lord Jamar's answer, how he just was like, no. They gave the Jews. You notice how when Lord Jamar throw in, shout out to Lord Jamar, by the way. I love his podcast with Rod Digger. Y'all need to go check that out. If y'all want some real wisdom, go listen to Lord Jamar. He's an OG in the game. Punks jump up to get beat down. But anyway, I like his response. And his response was basically like, well, the Jews got reparations. Now here comes Vlad TV with all these statistics on, oh, well, the United Nations, they had to give the Jews, you know, because it wasn't just the Jews, you know, the Germans just gave it up on their own. Man, and this is what I don't like about Vlad TV. When he gets to commenting on things like how he was just like, oh, well, in reparations, the country can't do that. The country can't, you know, they'll bankrupt themselves. First, we need to go check out Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson. Then go read The Secret Relationship Between Jews and Blacks. Go read that by the Nation of Islam. And then when you go read that book, then you can talk to me. Because at the end of that book, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to get the book and show it on the podcast, one of the podcasts. At the end of the book, it gives you a list of names of books. I didn't get this book, but it's a book called Fractional Reserve Banking that the Nation of Islam says that you should go read. And I was watching this documentary on fractional reserve banking with, I forgot this dude's name. He's got a book, Joseph, I forgot his last name. But it talks about planned obsolescence, and it talks about how fractional reserve banking was designed for everyone to be in debt. And the first thing I would have told Vlad TV is this, motherfucker, you talking about the country would be bankrupt? You don't even belong here. You're an immigrant. So how you gonna speak on what the fuck, how the country's gonna be bankrupt? The country wasn't bankrupt when they put us through 500 years of free labor. But all of a sudden, when it's time to cut a check, you know, maybe they should give him school or some other shit. And you notice it's always like him. Oh, well, I didn't get reparations. Yeah, you do. You get it every day with white privilege. That's how you get it. You get it every damn day with white privilege. Why is it they feel like they can comment? The first thing I would say was, well, the country would be bankrupt. Okay, Vlad, then if the country would be bankrupt, then what is fractional reserve banking that's meant for you to be in debt? Because the money's not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold, silver. It's not backed by plutonium, any of those things. It's fiat currency. It's not even real. It's backed by our belief system. It's not backed by gold. Basically, this is what they do. They get a calculator out, and then they be like, oh, man, we're in debt. We need $20 million. And then somebody gets on the phone, and somebody's like, hey, We need another 20 million. And then somebody's in the back printing the money. And that's all they do, just keep printing money. That's it. And they got us thinking that, oh, we can't print money. You know, the U.S. Treasury will go bankrupt. What? So while you talking about my parents moved here and you know, they worked hard and I didn't have anything. But it's so funny that you're a Jew and you make money off of melanated people. The majority of your interviews are all melanated people. They're not Caucasians because you can't do that in your community. You can't go to the Jewish community and go interviewing them. And that's what I respect the Jewish community about. Because you know what? You can't go over there just interviewing them and they telling all their secrets. They're not going to do that. We still don't know what the Rothschilds look like. But if you Google them, they're worth $500 trillion. Mayor M. Shell Rothschild. Go look it up. That's what I told him. Well, then why don't you explain the monetary system? Explain how it works. Tell me, since they can't give us the money. Because they showed it work us to death. So why they can't give us the money? If they could just keep printing it. And then, you know, of course, you're going to spit out the GDP and all that other bullshit. Man, that's all bullshit to me. It's called fractional reserve banking. You know what the banking system is based off of? Numbers and credit. It ain't based off no fucking gold and no real currency. It's based off of punching numbers. A digital system is what it is. That's what it's based off of. That's why now when you go to the ATMs, you can get $10 bills now. Just like in the 80s. When it says inflation, that just means there's too much money in the supply. That's not real. See, you got to hit people where they stand. Wait, why do you think that? What's fractional reserve banking? Well, who runs the banking system? See, that's what I would hit Vlad with. Well, who runs the banking system? The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the Vanderbilts, the DuPonts, the Morgans. Who runs this shit? Because it damn for sure ain't no melanated brothers and sisters. So, but when it comes to the Jewish community, Bernie Sanders and the rest of y'all motherfuckers get together and vote. Make sure y'all get y'all shit. But when it's time for us to get our shit, we don't know what's going on. It's all these questions. Oh, what does reparations look like? And it's like, Vlad, you are just like, and that's why when he was interviewing Talib Kweli, too, and I just seen this thing recently when Eminem put this diss out on Lord Jamar. Man, fuck Eminem, man. Eminem hides behind melanated people. He's a coward. Go watch Champtown's The Real Untold Story of Hip Hop. Go watch that on Amazon Prime. And he'll tell you all you need to know about Eminem. And now he was giving Proof's mom for like 5-6 years. Then she lost her house and went into foreclosure. She couldn't get in contact with him no more. And then him and Paul Rosenberg, or whatever his name is, his agent or manager, went to the house trying to get the masters from Proof. The master copies of all the rhymes that Proof probably wrote for Eminem. Go watch that documentary and you'll see how goofy he was and how dumb he was. Just like that record he made where he was dissing black women, melanated sisters, and calling us niggas and all this other shit. See, that's the shit that motherfuckers don't want to talk about. Motherfuckers don't want to talk about this shit. And then you got everybody else jumping to his defense. It was somebody on Instagram. Hey, let me put this motherfucker out there. Yeah, you damn right. I'm going to put this motherfucker right out there. You damn right. Like, damn, this thing about to go. Yeah, I'm going on my phone. I'm about to put this motherfucker right on there. Because every time you say something about the dominant society, it's always some coon Sambo speaking up for him. Always. It ain't never nothing else. This motherfucker said, let me find this shit. His name is Deuce2X. And at me. You know, rock and roll and country were created by blacks also. So where is the uproar to not have whites make that music? Music is universal and you can put a cap on who can't be a part of it. You know what let me tell you what I applied. No one is putting a cap on music, but I can't go to the Jewish community and profit off the music that they listen to and make money off of them without showing respect to their community. When you mess with one Jew, you're messing with them all. And native blacks need to know how to be on code, period. That's what my response was. Because it's always some Sambo ass motherfucker talking about, well, we responsible for all that. And we're responsible for the stoplight too, motherfucker. But are we getting any props for that? We responsible for the iron too. The flat iron. We're responsible for the first automobile. But are we the fuck getting any props for that? No, clown. Because we didn't build the patent offices. It's their system. But I'm talking about predominantly the music that the dominant society can't make. See, You have all these other producers that get amongst the Timberlands, the Dre's, the Swiss Beats, the Just Blazes, the Neptunes, the Teddy Rileys, the DJ Premiers. You know, you get these DJs and you get these producers, and then you get dominant society people that come amongst us and try to, the David Banners, and they try to be bloodsuckers of our algorithm. And they get involved with us and they get around us because they want to learn our algorithm so they can replicate our music. You know why? Because it's like a fantasy of theirs, and not just a fantasy, it's a fetish of theirs to be able to come amongst us and do our music and have us praise them. That's how I feel. Because if that's the case, then why the fuck do you got all these people that come on our side of the train tracks, make our fucking music, and then when they're done, they go back to where the fuck they came from? Pink, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, need the fuck I go on? Pink started off on an all-melanated label singing hip-hop and R&B. Then all of a sudden, she done made enough money. Now, baby, baby, please, and all this other bullshit. Because that's an ugly human being, outside exterior, and she knew that pig-nosed bitch wasn't going to be able to make it on the other side of the train tracks because you got to compete with Britney Spears. That by far probably looks a lot better than you. So let me just go on their side because I know I'll be an anomaly singing their type of music. That's what always happens. That's why I give Whitney Houston props. She told Christina Aguilera, yeah, you did a good job, but you didn't sing as good as me. See, that's what we got to start doing. We got to know what we about. And we got to stop letting people like Vlad TV dictate the pace and coming up with all these questions. That's why I like when Jay Morrison clown that motherfucker. He gonna tell everybody, oh, well, investing in stocks is by far better than investing in real estate. Why would you're speaking to the hip hop community. Now go listen to E40. E40 says before you go spend $80,000 on a car, go buy you some soil. Go buy you some piece of the earth. So are you gonna listen to 40 or are you gonna listen to Vlad who grew up privileged? E40 didn't grow up privileged. That's the problem. Then if that's the case, then Vlad, why don't you do a show about generational wealth and how it's a clear disparage between black wealth and white wealth when it comes to generational wealth? Why don't you do that? And I'll start you off, Vlad. Why don't you have Dr. Claude Anderson on your show? Why don't you interview Dr. Claude Anderson since you want to make it? You don't want to make no difference. You want to make money. That's what you want to do. And you want to use our culture to do it. And you hide behind people like Lord Jamar and them. And that's some bullshit. But Lord Jamar handled your ass just like you was talking that shit about Dr. Sabi. See, we just let these people come over here and talk shit about us, and then we don't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's so funny that you can comment on reparations for us and then say, well, I'm a Jew and I'm not getting no you get your reparations every day. You white and privileged. It exists. Whether people want to acknowledge it or not acknowledge it, that's up to you to decide. I don't care about all that. This is my belief system. My belief system is white privilege exists. History has taught us that. And if you go digging and do the research, you'll find that these things are in the books. Slavery by another name. Go get these books. You think I'm bullshitting? Go get these books. Oh, white privilege doesn't exist? Go get them. How was Margaret Sanger able to come amongst us, do these speeches and do all these things and get us to genetically annihilate our own selves by going to Planned Parenthood and sending our sisters down there to go get abortion after abortion after abortion, and then they're sterilizing our sisters? So I don't want to hear that shit. And you telling me that it doesn't exist? Oh, it doesn't exist? Okay, then let's go read this book. Let's read Bacon's Rebellion. Let's go read that and see how much Nathaniel Bacon gave a fuck about slaves, Indians, all that. Indians were native people with remorse. Sorry. So they could try to separate the Indians and make them like they're a lot more different than we are. Asiatic black man was the first man on this planet. Facts. Go read The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Go read How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It's so funny though, because everybody don't do Vlad's show. See, if we were on a code, as soon as Vlad started making those bogus bullshit comments, it should be a code where a text message goes out to everyone. Nobody does interviews on Vlad TV unless he comes and apologizes amongst us. LeBron James sung a lyric that had, I'm getting Jewish money, and they made him apologize. So why is it we don't make these motherfuckers apologize when they come amongst us? You know why? Because we are disaggregate and we're divided because of money. That's where the black labor white wealth comes in. They got it's their system. It's their narrative. So nobody's going to come out and be like, hey, man, That's some whack shit, Eminem. When is one of his peers gonna come out, hey man, you bogus, bro. Like you doing too much, man. You didn't want to come on the Breakfast Club and do the interview, but you want to do it with Sway. And then you bring out the record. Oh, Sway, can you please sign this? And then when they ask you about Joe Budden, well, that was for that. Well, that was for that. Man, you cowardly, man. You cowardly, and you make music that is not timeless. That's why I don't care. Nobody, look, the last album that had great production was the one that Dre did. And that was 2009? All other shit was garbage to me. And the majority of the albums I bought from him is because I'm listening to Dre's production. A lot of this shit, it didn't really mean anything. A lot of this raps and all that, but I like to listen to the beat. I want to know what you got going on. But here's the thing that even bothers me more. Why isn't no melanated people came out and been like, well, why don't you sit down and have a conversation with Lord Jamar? Since you really feel that way. Why you sending shots? Because Lord Jamar tell you to your face. You a guest in hip hop. You are. You didn't create it. This is our shit. And the only reason why you still maintain it is because you look like them. You went on the BET Awards. You're trying to sell an album. You did a freestyle. You fucked up in the beginning of the freestyle. Yo, I want to... Go YouTube Eminem's freestyle on BET Awards. Then you want to... I'm drawing a line in the sand. Of course you're going to go at Donald Trump. That's the easy target. Why don't you talk about the system of white supremacy and racism? Why don't nobody ever want to talk about that? But they want to talk about Donald Trump like he's the big bag boogeyman. Man, get out of here. All Donald Trump is doing is telling everybody how the dominant society really feels about everybody. That's it. I don't care what nobody say. And for Vlad TV to laugh about it and, well, maybe they should get free college tuition. And man, fuck you and free college tuition. No, maybe everybody should get $10 million apiece. If you're a descendant of a slave, if your bloodline lineage traces back that you built this country, $10 million for you and your family. Right now. We cut you the check tomorrow. No, because my theory is this. If they give everybody what is rightfully deserved of them for slavery in the 450 years, 500 years of free labor, they know most melanated people that are very, very intelligent would make it to where they would never have to go back to that again. And they know that. That's why things are the way that they are. And that's why you have people co-signing the shit like Vlad TV thinking it's funny and thinking because, I'm Jewish and I ain't getting nothing. Yeah, you do. Like I said, you get it every day. White privilege. You get it every day. You don't have to worry about getting pulled over and people stopping your car and tell you to step out. You have to worry about your life being taken from you because of how you look. That's a fact. And it's so funny. Every time we talk about reparations, a motherfucker get to talking about what does that look like? What does reparations look like? How does it look? Why is it every time we talk about reparations, that's what happens? Why is that? But every time you look and you do the research, Bernie Sanders, but why did you vote for reparations for the Jewish community? That bullshit. Come on, man. These are just things that we got to know about. These are things that we should understand, man, what's going on. That's why when I watched Lord Jamar was giving his ass the business. But he always, let me tell you something about Vlad. Vlad's very slick because he always tries to tie back in there's some research on that and all that other shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Please. Why don't you go back to doing what you was doing? The majority, I would say 99% of his shit is off of melanated people. I don't care about you investing in stock. Why don't you do that full time and leave the interviewing up to the real motherfuckers? Half the time the interviews be doing is indicting and indicating crimes and theft and fuckery anyway. I'd be like, why is everybody coming over here and telling? Mob James and everybody telling and the cop and Suge. Everybody want to tell on Suge. Y'all motherfuckers wasn't telling on Suge when he was out and when Death Row was popping. Oh, you want to tell now? Because everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to use somebody else's name, step on their head to gain fame. Somebody should take a cell phone in there and say, all right, man, I'm interviewing you, Vlad. Let's look at your ugly ass. Let's see what the fuck you got going on. Let's go into your personal life and see how much you benefited from this shit since you want to be interviewing everybody. Because I don't never see you interviewing no elite Jews or anyone from the Jewish community ever. I'd never see that. Why is that? Why is that? Most celebrities don't fuck with him. They go to TMZ before they go to him. That's a fact. That's why, man, people, go get Hidden Colors. You want some education? You don't feel like reading these books? Go get Hidden Colors. Go get all of them. Go get 1804. Just go get that. And then after that, go get Black Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics, Black History Reader, The ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, and then go get Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy. Just go get those 5 books. And then you want to top it off, go read The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Go read these books. Go get them. That's the problem. See, they put the camera in front of people that's kind of like don't really understand what's going on, so we just kind of be like, oh, well, you know. And I watched Talib Kweli's interview too, and I don't necessarily agree with a lot of shit he was saying. Eminem is a guest in hip hop, and you can tell he's a guest because he doesn't come amongst the people and speak up against the system of white supremacy. I don't care about you fucking making no raps. Anybody can make a rap, but why don't you speak up against the system of white supremacy? No, but you're such a recluse and all this other stuff, and that's fine. I would liken Eminem to Tim Wise. 2 motherfuckers that are the bloodsuckers of our community, resources, but will never give back. That's a fact. Or prove me wrong. Show and prove me wrong. And I'm not talking about no non-profit bullshit organization you doing. What are you naturally giving back to the melanated community that will benefit us and us only? That's what I'm waiting for. Tim Wise, as you're selling your books, and my daddy taught me that every black person is equal, and my mama taught me because my daddy sent me. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't never been no fan of that motherfucker. Because if you really about this, you gonna do it in silence. Ain't nobody gonna really know you doing that shit. You just doing it on GP. What's so sad is Jane Fonda's son probably does more for the melanated community than Tim Wise and Eminem. And Jane Fonda, you like, who's Jane Fonda's son? Sean Garrity, the motherfucker that was the barber on Barbershop. The motherfucker that's on the show called Ballers. And this foundation that he deals with at-risk kids and shit like that. And if you notice, yeah, you probably like, damn, I never heard it. No, because he's not gonna publicize it so it can be romanticized and people be like, oh, look at here. You ain't gotta do that for that. I'm just tired of people like Vlad TV sitting from a standpoint of judgment where you can be like, well, I feel like such. Well, why the fuck do you care? Why the fuck do you think we care what you feel? Because the Jewish community is not going to care if a melanated person gets up and says, well, I feel like they shouldn't get those type of reparations. They're going to look at us and be like, well, this doesn't concern you. Or they're going to break down the facts. And I understand, break down the facts when motherfuckers get to talking that, oh, well, the country will go bankrupt if they give us $1 million. That's when you hit them, well, what about fractional reserve banking? We're already bankrupt. Look at your birth certificates. The original copy of your birth certificate has stamps on it from different banks because you were already in debt the day you were born. Your social security number says you're in debt, period. So whether you think you're not or not, whether you think you are, you're not, you are, clown. If you have a social security number, that's out of where? Delaware, right? That's where all the laws are written and skewed a certain way so they can do certain things. That's why majority of their LLCs are opened up in Delaware because the laws are different. But we don't want to learn this shit. Like I told you when I was in the barbershop, I said, hey, man, you need to start reading, man. Get your black. I already read all that. Okay. Well, you're going to keep going through the same shit you're going through. Period. Facts. That's the problem. And we feel like as a motherfucker, look, just because, I'll tell you like this, just because a dominant society person is cool with me, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to treat my people like that. See, that's the thing. That's where the code comes in. You can't just treat one Jew cool and then go talk shit about another Jewish person. No, you're dealing with the whole community. And that's what I said on the damn Instagram. I'm like, no, clown. There you go defending some other motherfucker. But you ain't defending us. Why ain't nobody defend Joe Budden? I don't care how much clown shit Joe Budden do. Somebody should be like, hey, man, that's still some bullshit, man. If he feel that way, then that's some bullshit. You got to answer for that. No, his answer was, I lost a lot of money. Oh, you did? Oh, you did? As every beat you picked according to Joe Budden was beats that you liked? And not just Joe Budden, it was other people in this camp. And I'm pretty sure they probably were beats that only you can rap over. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. But we not willing to call that out. That's why when I looked at that Vlad TV interview with Lord Jamar, I was like, man, I'll be hitting that motherfucker with facts. Well, explain to me what fractional reserve banking is and how everything is meant to be in debt. Explain to me that. In layman's terms, motherfucker. Because how could a bank that only has $1 million loan out $10 million? That's what fractional reserve banking is. Loaning out more money than what you got in there. That's why most banks, when you go to them and you be, look, if everybody in Las Vegas, let's say, what is it, 500,000 people in Las Vegas? I'm talking about the city of Las Vegas. I'm not talking about Clark County. Let's say 600,000 people in the city of Las Vegas, 600,000. Let's say I can get 300,000 of those people out of the 600,000 to go to Bank of America or any of the bank right now and withdraw all their money and just keep the cash. That would fuck up the monetary system out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I would probably be deemed a terrorist. Straight up. I'm just telling y'all what it is. But we believe in it so much and it's so convenient for us. That's why they do it that way. That's why you can't even buy a car without an account. You can't buy a house without no checking account. You can't do shit without credit and some type of bank account. They don't even want to deal with cash. And if you, let's just say you bought a house cash. Where did the cash come from? Oh, I got it from my mama. Okay, well, is she dead? The bitch better be dead. She alive? Where's she at? Oh, she dead. Well, where's her gravesite at? Because we digging that bitch up so we can find out where she got the money from. That's what they gonna do to you. But we don't understand that. Because a lot of the times we feel like that, oh no, it's just easy for us. It's been working all this time. So, you know, what's the problem? It's been working all this time. No. It hasn't been working all this time. Damn. We gotta stop letting motherfuckers like Vlad TV. And I like Talib Kweli's. I like what he said about Lord Jamar. That's why I like Talib Kweli, man. I like what he said, though. He was like, he's an OG in the game, period. So even if I disagree with my OG, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do it in public. I'm going to do it in private. That's what we got to learn. We got to stop arguing. Even family. Stop arguing with family in front of everybody. Everybody don't need to see your family argue. Sometimes you got to do that behind closed doors, unless it's a close-knit family friend that is there for the betterment of your family. Then you can, then only you can have those discussions. But when we start going like how Royce the 5'9" was quick to defend Eminem, well, nigga, you gonna defend him because that's your boy. But you can sometimes take a step back and, hey, man, let him defend himself. Everybody's jumping in. You had everybody jumping in. I'm like, man, come on, man. Sometimes he got a mouth. Let him speak. He didn't mind talking shit about everybody else. Let him speak. But Lord Jamar, you want to pick on Lord Jamar. Man, fuck you, motherfucker, man. I stand with Lord Jamar. I'm a fan of his show. I'm glad. And I don't like that Vlad TV trying to make it seem like because of his show, Lord Jamar is popping. Man, fuck that shit, too. Vlad TV ain't nothing but a bullshit goddamn TMZ. That's all that is, except you just sit people down. And then he gets shit started too, because he always want to know the fuckery was going on. I wait until somebody go on the show and be like, hey man, why you always asking hoe-ass questions, man? How about I ask a hoe-ass question about your family? Motherfucker. That's the problem. We allow motherfuckers like them. Man, look, let me tell y'all, everybody is going on his thing because they think his shit is popping. Y'all can do that with Lord Jamar's podcast. Y'all can do that with anybody else's podcast. He ain't doing it but podcasting. He does not have a network. Go on Dame Dash's network. Motherfuckers act like he has a network. He don't have no fucking cable network. This motherfucker on YouTube just like I'm on YouTube. But he just, for some sort of reason, like the goddamn police. Yeah, man, so I heard you did some time, you know. Could you tell us a different about that? And he always starts to, hey man, what's cracking, man? Or he's some type of hip-hop saying or some bullshit. He reminds me of what's that motherfucker that the motherfucker that in higher learning? I forgot his name. I'm blanking on his name right now. Remy. He act like that motherfucker. I forgot his real name. I'm blanking on his name. White boy or whatever. But man, act like him. Yo, that bullshit. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's why I just be looking. I'm like, man, we got to know better than this. For real. And we stop a motherfucker in their tracks. When they start asking bullshit questions or they start suggesting shit like, oh, well, it should be college. Why you think that? And why do you think that that's deemed necessary for us? How you know that's the best economic plan for us? I think the best thing for us is for you to stay the fuck out of it and don't make no comments on what our reparations should be. Period. Shout out to ADOS. At least that's the only look, quiet as kept, motherfuckers want to talk that shit, but that's the movement that's got everybody talking. We can say whatever the fuck we want, but that ADOS movement got motherfuckers talking. That ADOS movement has put the Democratic Party on their backs. They don't know what the fuck to say because they didn't know that movement was going to be such a big movement and galvanize such a bigger movement that's got everybody talking about reparations. See, they didn't know that shit. They thought that it was going to go away because every time we start asking a politician about reparations, these motherfuckers get the, what does that look like? What is that? What does that look like? You know what I mean? That's what they get to saying. So it's like sometimes we gotta know what the fuck is going on. And I think when a person gets to talking, listen and then object. Like when he was like, oh, they should get, college tuition free for reparations, or we can't give out that type of money. It'll bankrupt the company, the country. And I'd be like, I'm gonna keep saying this. Why do you think that? Are you a part of the monetary system? Have you built and put into it? I don't care about you paying taxes now. Did you build this system? We built this system. We built the country. So are you a part of that? Oh no, you're not a part of that. Okay, that's fine. Do you know what fractional reserve banking is and what the purpose of it is? Do you know that? Oh yeah. Okay, well then you need to go research that and then we can talk. And then next I'd be like, have you read Black Labor, White Wealth? So you haven't read Black Labor, White Wealth. Okay. That's by Dr. Claude Anderson. Go read that book, because that's what I told the motherfucker on Instagram. Go read Black Labor, White Wealth, and then we can talk. I don't want to hear no shit about no motherfucking, well, we made country music too, but I don't see you saying nothing to white people about country music. Man, get your stupid ass up. Man, sit your dumb ass down. Motherfucker always want to take up for the oppressor, and then when it comes to taking up your own people, you act like you don't even know who the fuck they are. Man. That's what I'm saying. That is one of the main reasons to me why I be like, damn, we gotta start educating ourselves. Look, man, I'll be ready. Let a motherfucker come to me. I'll be waiting, and I'll be waiting. The first thing I ask them is, where'd you collect that data from? And if they be like, oh, well, the news, then I'd be like, then I gotta stop talking to them because you collected it from the news. I don't give a fuck about no shit on the news. The news is controlled by like 2 or 3 people. News Corp, which is Fox and CNN and Microsoft MSNBC. It's like 3 or 4 people that control all the news media. So I don't want to hear that shit. That's why everybody that's on CNN don't got mustaches. So I don't want to hear that shit and wear tight ass clothes and sound moist as a motherfucker. I don't want to hear that. So next, I don't want to hear that. Where you getting the data from? Better not be from no clown ass magazines and not no clown ass Forbes magazines. I don't care about none of that clown ass shit either. Where are you getting the actual data from? Books, research, what? And then when you start breaking them down that way, they be like, oh, well, you don't have to read a book. Well, you kind of do though. You might want to do that. That's the only way you're going to gather the data. You can't get the data just fucking walking around listening to what the fuck everybody else say. You got to go read the shit for yourself. Facts. That's why I'm like, man, motherfuckers don't get that shit at all. And that's why I be like, man, once we start knowing knowledge of ourselves and knowledge of who we are, that's why I look at people like Vlad TV. Yeah, Vlad TV ain't nothing but a Michael Rappaport. And they all the same to me. Why they all the same, Warren? Because they profit and they make money off our culture and they act like they so a part. How the fuck is you a part of it? How's you a part of it? And then they feel like they're the naysayers of what the fuck is going on. Like when Eminem said, I brought the Hobsons and all that. Man, I don't give a fuck who you inspired. You're not the author of this narrative, Eminem. And let's talk about who inspired you. And let's talk about how you were able to seep through those cracks because you had the greatest producer of all times, Dr. Dre. And let's not forget that. So when you go listen to a Justin Timberlake CD, he had Timberland. No Timberland, listen to what he's making now. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who get mad. That's just how I view it. Motherfuckers always comes amongst us and take our algorithm and our sound and then take it back to the dominant society, and then you get all the praises while the melanated motherfucker just get to go home type shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's why, I can't wait to somebody. That's why you ain't seen Jay Morrison on there since. Jay Morrison destroyed that motherfucker. What you mean real estate? So you basically encouraging people not to go get real estate and do real estate investments and just go buy stock. You dumbass. That's how stock is being traded through real estate. Where do you think they trade the stock at? In real estate. Where do you think Wall Street is? Wall Street is fucking real estate. You jackass. So why the hell would you tell everybody, oh, you can't make any money off real estate? Man, get the fuck out of here. No, you can't make no money off real estate. That doesn't mean there's not money to be made off real estate. Fuck out of here. That's why I be like, man, looking at this shit, watching this shit, and I'm like, look, man, somebody else needs to come out and be like, look, Vlad, man, you be on some bullshit too. And it can't just be Lord Jamar. It got to be other people that be like, look, bro, you kind of seem like an op. Oh, well, how am I op? Because the way you be wording your questions, you getting people to dry snitch on each other. I don't care if they are willing to go on there. You know the price of fame. You know how people want to go on. Look, we long to want to be famous. Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be a part of something great. But don't nobody want to build shit. That's the shit that irritates me. And then what we do is we watch other people from the dominant society and then we go replicate what the fuck they got going on. So then we start treating our people like shit. That's why I don't like how they quick to put the camera in our face doing the news or something when some shit that's going on. You know it's an uneducated person that's all fucked up and don't know how to speak and know how to articulate their words correctly. You go put the camera in front of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, man, they need to have somebody else on there. Yeah, man, you know, well, what do you think about Eminem being a guest in hip-hop? He is a guest in hip-hop. I don't care if Vlad TV agree or not, he is. That's why, look, who's ever buying Eminem records, y'all a motherfucking fool. Keep buying this shit. What else could he talk about? He's Caucasian and he's rich in Caucasian America. What else could he talk about that would make you relate to his shit? Period. Exactly. Nothing. That's why that motherfucking rapper Logic, I had a CD, and then I got to listen to him speaking. Oh, I won't say the N-word and all. So I was like, oh, you one of them type of mixed kids. You one of them. You get around a dominant society and you talk down about melanated brothers and sisters. But we should have known. Look at how his mama raised him. Calling all kinds of niggas and shit, not in a good way, not in term of an endearment status, but in a term of negativity. So you probably can relate more to the dominant society than you probably could to the melanated side, but you use your melanin to make your money. Where you think you got that gift from? You damn for sure didn't get it from the dominant society. That's why it's so funny for them to call us lazy, call us the thieves, call us all that. Well, let me tell you something. Y'all want to call us thieves and all sorts of shit? I advise everybody to go get a book on Bacon's Rebellion. They the biggest thieves. How you gonna stay claiming some land that ain't even yours? You weren't even here. That's like me going to open land and just putting a stick in it and saying, well, this is my land. Well, this is my shit, because ain't nobody else over here. No, you can't do that shit. You're not even from this land. That's why when they first got to the Americas and they didn't get with the natives, the Moors, if you want to call them Indians, you can. The indigenous aboriginals to this landmass, they didn't want to get with them, so they want to just come over here and just start setting up shop. They ended up being cannibalisms and cannibals and eating each other and shit because they were starving because they couldn't even harvest the land correctly. That's the type of shit that was going on. Columbus, Christy Paul Cologne, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's why when I look at people like Vlad TV that always have us melanated people on there telling our personal fucking business and shit. Why don't you go on somebody's show and tell your personal damn business? And why don't you tell about the Jewish community? Oh, well, I don't get any reparations. Well, you're getting it every day, as I keep saying. But nobody wants to break this down. Nobody does. Nobody wants to talk about black labor, white wealth. I am asking anybody, anyone that gets asked those questions, read Black Labor, White Wealth by this man right here. Just read the book. Just read it once. That's it. I'm just asking you to read it one time. And after you read that book, that's all I'll be quoting. That's the main book I'll be quoting. Y'all listen to the podcast. If you listen, the main book I quote is Black Labor, White Wealth. That's the main book that I quote. Why you quote that book? Because Dr. Claude Anderson became a statistician in all the shit that they was doing. And all how we were locked and boxed out of the wealth, and how you can't get their money because their money is in generational wealth, property, stocks, bonds, money market accounts. Now, what is so funny is when I read Black Labor, White Wealth, then I was like, I want to learn about stock and bonds. Man, I started reading about stock and bond. I'm like, no wonder these motherfuckers is in this shit, because it seems harder than what it really is. It just, you have to take the time to learn it. And we don't want to take the time to learn that shit. We rather go to the sports book and worry about the under and over. Oh, what's going on, Tasha? And learn about the under and over. That's what we want to learn about. And the money line and the parlay and all this other shit. We want to learn that, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and do that. But when it comes to stocks, bonds, 401k, life insurance, money market account, matter of fact, half these motherfuckers I know, ask them, hey man, you got life insurance for your kids? You got life insurance for your kids? You like life insurance on you? So if something happens to you, because let me tell you something, I know what it is for a family member to pass away and there is no life insurance policy for your siblings, for you, for nobody. That shit is not fucking fun at all. At fucking all. And everybody just walk around twirling their goddamn thumbs. Because these type of things weren't set up. You know why? Because each one does not want to teach one. You know why? Because of situations like at the barbershop. And he was a youngster, so I didn't get upset. I just was like, all right, well, man, look, man, you might want to do that. If not, don't do it. It's clear up to you. I didn't choose that path. You know what I'm saying? So you chose that path, so you got to understand. When you start getting these type of materials, you're going to become possessed of these. It possesses you. And you feel like the material is giving you power when really you're giving the material power. That's a fact. But I think a lot of us don't want to understand that, because a lot of us feel like, I'm only solidified if I got the materials. And I get that. A lot, that's why we look at Jay and we like, oh, Jay-Z, man, he a billionaire, woo woo. And that's fine, but he's one billionaire. You know how many Caucasian billionaires it is compared to him? What do we got that we can claim? We got Oprah, we got Jay. Oprah's not even a billionaire anymore. So we got Oprah. You're like, well, what you mean? She don't even own network. Discovery owns on. She had to sell that shit to them. Motherfuckers don't know that, though. Go look up the OWN network and see who owns it. It's Discovery. You know why? Because their stock is $25 a goddamn share. That's why. So while you're talking that shit about Oprah, she don't even own her own shit. The OWN network. Discovery owns that shit. They probably cut her a check. That's why she got Tyler Perry doing all them bullshit shows. And then when she was done with it, he took that bullshit over to to BET. No diss, I like Tyler Perry. But a lot of his shows be hard for me to get into. Because I be like, man, especially one show, The Oval, it's like, oh my God. You got this Caucasian man beating the shit out of this black woman. Come on, man. We already saw this shit with goddamn Scandal. Come on, Tyler Perry, man. Why can't be no black man with a white woman beating the shit out of her? Why it can't be that? Why it's got to be a white man beating the shit out of a black woman? I don't understand the logic, but I guess that's what sells. And since BET is owned by Viacom, and I have stock in Viacom, well, you're going to stick to the narrative. And the narrative is being controlled by Viacom, not you. So I understand that, but I digress. I'm just saying, we control the narrative of what we want to talk about when you go on things like Vlad TV, and you check that motherfucker, man. When y'all watch Vlad TV in the future, just start watching the shit and look at the questions he asks and all the shit. It's like, dude, okay, but how's this benefiting our culture? Because it's definitely benefiting the money in your pockets. But I can't go in the Jewish community and get to interviewing a whole bunch of Jews and then making fun of them and letting them tell all the business. You think they let that air? Man, please. That would never, ever, ever, ever air. I remember watching this Housewives bullshit, and it was a Jewish lady on there. And she called another lady anti-Semitic. That lady freaked out and was so fucking scared. You know why? Because she know you are in business and embedded with the Jewish community. And if you are, there's going to be a problem. Because when you have a problem with one Jew, you have a problem with them all. And she was splaining like a motherfucker. I'll never forget that show. I said, look at this. You see how much power they got? But we don't understand that. We don't understand it. Like I'll say it one more time. LeBron James was singing, I think it was either 21 Savage or something. And I forgot. He just said a line about I'm getting Jewish money. They made him apologize. because they don't want to be linked to the fractional reserve banking system. The monetary system is your system that you created. Go spend. Then after you go spend some more. Because don't you want this Range Rover? Don't you want this Tesla? Don't you want these cars? Yeah, I want them cars too. God damn it, I'm not trying to kill myself doing it. Fuck that. Look at most jobs. Most corporate plantation jobs, you got to work 60 years. Straight up, 50 years. What you got to work to? You 62? By the time you get 62, they're going to be like, sorry, we changed it to 72. Ain't that a bitch? To get Social Security, you got to work to 62. 62? 60 fucking 2. So I got to work all my 50s. So I got to work. So the average person starts working at what, 20? Let's just say 20. So I got to work 42 fucking years to get Social Security. 40 years of your life you got to work. How do you even enjoy that? That's why if anyone has generational wealth and you're holding on to it and you playing all these bullshit games, you're selfish. Anybody that's sitting around waiting for generational wealth, waiting for anything, thinking you're going to get anything, and you wasting your time, you're a failure at life. Because let me tell you something, nobody's going to give you anything in this world. You got to go take that shit and earn it for your motherfucking self. That's a fact. That is a motherfucking fact. Because let me tell you, it's designed that way. Because in the melanated community, we're not socialized if we have generational wealth. Okay, well, it's time for me to start chopping up and let me doing what I need to do for my children. Nope, we don't do that. We hold on it like we the Egyptians, and we try to take it into the mausoleum with us like we the Egyptians. And then damn near when the doctor's like, all right, you're dying tomorrow, then it's like, okay, well, nah, I'm not going to give it to y'all. And then when you're dead, now, you can read this will and all this other bullshit and let everybody fight over. Man, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. What was that song that say? Bring me my flowers while I yet live so I can see the beauty that they bring. Isn't that what that's about? Because I know when you look at other cultures and communities, their parents make sure that they have. Their parents hustle for the last name, not for the first. So you're not dealing with parents that are in competition with their children. You're dealing with parents that's like, I'll drive the bucket so my kids could have better. See, that's what life is supposed to be about. But it seems like every other race, creed, they do it. But when it comes to melanated people, we don't do it. I want to see who's going to talk about that on Vlad TV, generational wealth, and what should be passed down from generation to generation, and how we need to know how to manage our funds and not just trick it all off and keep our real estate and pass it down, and what to sell and what not to sell. You know, these are things that we got to know. You know, I advise everybody. I tell people, man, look, man, if you don't have it, go create it for yourself, because ain't nobody going to give it to you. That's a fact. Go buy your piece of the earth for yourself, man, because nobody's going to give it to you. I learned that the hard way. That's a fact. But it's taught me well. Life has been the best teacher as far as generational wealth, because it let me know you ain't getting shit, motherfucker. So if you waking up every day thinking you getting generational wealth, you ain't getting shit. And then this book, Black Labor, White Wealth, teaches me all about, because the difference between the dominant society and us is they pass on their generational wealth. They secure it and make sure it's passed on. Us, nope. We live for the moment, and then after we live for the moment, we gone. And if they keep the house, they keep the house. If they don't, they don't. That's what we live for. That's why I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. It's mind-blowing. Black people, melanated people, we don't have a code. We don't have a code of conduct. We don't have an infrastructure and a system that functions. I'm talking about even within family. Family's too much backbiting and backdoor deals and all this other shit and behind the scenes politicking and playing all these bullshit games, man. I don't believe in none of that. You had to do that too much at the corporate plantation. So I'm not trying to do that with my so-called family or relatives. And you notice I say relatives and not family, because family etymology means house of slaves. And when I mean etymology, I mean etymology. I mean this book right here. That's what it means. House of slaves. So that's why you see that I kind of use the term relative, but I got to look up relative now. 'Cause I'm like, God damn, these words is a motherfucker. But I'll tell you this. We got to stop sitting around and waiting, because nobody's going to give us anything. And we got to stop thinking that the dominant society is going to speak on our behalf, because all they're going to do is a Vlad TV and be like, oh, well, okay, you want me to speak for you? Then just give them free education. Man, fuck you and free education. Free education don't pay bills. Free education does nothing for the melanated society at this point. Fuck a free education. We need land. We need the yams I need the yams, like Martin told Varnell Hill. I'm trying to get to the yams, man. I'm not trying, fuck all that other bullshit. You want to play, man, I'm trying to get to the yams, bro. Like, I don't got time of dealing with the bullshit. Oh, well, we get free. Oh, so I get free education to go back into society and be all I could never be. So fuck all that. Why would I want free education? So I can go join a fucking corporation and then they can still treat me like shit? Not saying that all corporations are going to treat you like that, but I'm just saying the majority of corporations are designed, in my perspective, that's why everybody is a number. Because it's about profit in business. And that's fine. But why would I want to go get free education so I can go join a corporation? If I'm getting free education, that should be icing on the cake. We should get $10 million a piece and free education. And so we can decide what the fuck we want to do. Maybe we want to start our own business. Maybe we want to be an entrepreneur. That's what it should be. It should be no free education. Free education to do what? Come on, man. To be inducted back into the damn same system that you got in before they gave you the money? That doesn't make sense. But of course somebody like Vlad TV would say that. Why wouldn't you? You're doing just fine. I like his story. Oh, I struggled and I had to move out of my apartment and all this other stuff. Well, most melanated people can't even get an apartment. And if you was in Silicon Valley, shame on you, Vlad. Silicon Valley is probably one of the damn highest zip codes to live in California, probably in the damn United States of America. And you up here talking about, oh, I had to move out of my apartment. How the fuck was you affording one? Because I know most melanated. Look, let me tell you, Mr. Fab was on Drink Champs. Mr. Fab is from Oakland. He's from the Bay Area. Mr. Fab said, even if you made $120,000 a year, you still qualify for food stamps. So that should tell you how expensive the Bay Area is. So for Vlad TV to be like, oh, well, I had to move out of my apartment. You had to move out of your apartment? Man, good for you that you had to move out of your apartment. Shit, ain't nothing wrong with shit. Well, good for you. You had to move out of your apartment. It's like, man, what? But here we are always trying to bridge the gap and connect with them. We're not going to connect with them. We got to connect with each other. How you going to connect with them and then not connect with your own? That doesn't happen in other societies. That's why when I look at these churches, this is the thing that I give props to when it comes to religion. Now, there's certain religious people that they stick together and they work together. And that's what I like. You know, not that I'll join the religion, but I notice that because I'm like, well, that's the point of joining the religion. You're getting a little bit of Jesus or God or whatever you want to call it. You're getting a little bit of financial help and woo-wah, right? Now, there's other religions where you join it and you get some chicken and some pork chops and some rice and they get kicking on your ass and they get, oh, well, we'll pray. Hopefully you get the job and all that. Most of the dominant society religions you join, they're going to make sure you got a job and a car. Oh, you're going to have all that. But when you join our religions, it's gimme what you got. Because we got to take 10 offerings because we got the building fund and all this other bullshit going on. It's all a hustle. I'm not saying that the dominant society religions are not a hustle, but there's more that you can take tangibly out of it than you can in the melanated religions. I'm talking about as far as tangible things, especially when you think of some of the melanated religions that you got to give offering after offering and be at church a million times a day. But what tangibly are you getting back? Are you able to hook me up with some type of job where I can make money and all that? Maybe some religions are, but a lot of them don't. And that's what I'm saying. We need tangibles. We need something that we can lean on. Fuck all this free education and fuck all this waiting for people like Eminem to speak up on our behalf on what we should be doing or fighting system. No, he know what to do to fight white racism, white supremacy. See, don't let the dominant society play dumb. Like, oh, well, yeah, Trump is the bad guy. No, Trump is not the bad guy. Trump is the spokesman for the bad guy. Let me tell you what white supremacy and racism is. It's Flint, Michigan water. That's what it is. It's those fucking forest fires in California that just happen to pop up every year. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Racism, white supremacy is genetically modified and altered food that's causing cancers and shit. Racism is Roundup in oatmeal. That's racism. It's a fact, man. Racism is locking and boxing us out of the wealth that 90% of it is being held in the hands of the dominant society, that they're able to pass on generational wealth after generation, when most melanated people don't even know what the term generational wealth means. And they don't even know if they're experiencing it. And if they do, they take it for granted, sell it, and it's gone in one generation. That's what I mean. That's racism, white supremacy. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. Hey, man, we got to love and live life, man. We have to. Because guess what? Nobody's going to do it for us. Everybody go get your passports. I got mine. You go get your passport. Because let me tell you, when the phone hits the fan, it's going to smell like grits and ham. Mighty funky. Mighty funky. And let me tell you, I want to get the fuck up out of here if it's some problems. Fuck that. Because I'm telling you, it's always important to get your passport. Get your fucking passport, man. Put some money together and start traveling. If you can, look, man, I ain't got no money for that. If you got money to buy some drink, and you got money to buy some condoms and some Swisher Sweets and some Philly blunts, and you got money to fuck, then you got money to travel. And everybody, and let me tell you, niggas love fucking. So if you could do that, then you can put you some money to the side, get your passport, and get the fuck out of here for a couple of days. That's what you can do. Go travel. See how other people live. And I'm not talking about traveling to no goddamn New York or no goddamn Colorado. If you want to do that, fine. I'm talking about our traveling to Washington or Florida. Okay, fine. That's fine. If that's what you want to do. Travel outside the United States. Go to Canada. Go to Egypt. Go look at the pyramids. Go do that shit, because that's what I'm doing. That's why I got my passport. I ain't get that shit for shits and giggles. Fuck that. You got to understand, that's what will give you a better perspective when you see how other cultures are and what they do and how they live. And not just looking at the dominant society's culture here in the United States of America incorporated. Because I think a lot of us have fell in love and have Stockholm syndrome. We have bonded with our captors to such a point to where we don't understand that a lot of this shit is bad for us. That's why motherfuckers on Instagram could be pleading that, but we don't argue about country music, and we invented that too. That's why I said, well, motherfucker, we invented the stoplight too. But you don't see nobody arguing about that shit. We invented the iron. We was the first motherfucker to invent the automobile. But did you see us arguing about that? No, motherfucker. God damn. That's why I said, man, this shit is crazy. I think a lot. I think a lot of our thinking is impaired because of how disaggregate we are and how much we don't want to get it together. I'm telling you. And I'm looking up family right now, right? Let's look at the etymology of family. Group of relatives. Kindred, household, parents, children, servants. That's what it means. Servants. Household of servants. That's why I'm like, man, let me look up relative. Because I don't like that shit. House of servants. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. Let me look up relative. That's why you see me with this book and I'm looking up relative. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I gotta fuck that. Let me figure something else out, man. Because I don't like to call that. That's why I'm looking at a whole nother. I'm like, let me look up something else. That's why I'm about to look up relative. And then once I look that up, it's on. But anyway, get your etymology dictionary, because that's what it's all about. Etymology is the way to go. It's going to tell you the origins of the words. It's going to tell you what you need to know, what you don't need to know. Hey, this is the Know I Don't Know TV series. Appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, man, I'll hit y'all up sometime this week, probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Hey, man, everybody stay safe, love, and live life. I'm out. Peace.